We're talking about campaigns this week in your church here on Help for Today. And the second thing, we looked on the first day that brings excitement. The second thing that campaigns do for you is it brings new life. It brings in some new blood. It gets you some new visitors. It gets you some new decisions, whether that be salvation or baptism or serving God full time. But campaigns, one of the purposes of campaigns or one of the purposes of events at your church should bring in new life, to get new blood into the church. You know what happens to a natural form of water in the wilderness when it does not have any new fresh water coming in? It gets stagnant and it gets stale. And eventually over time it's just disgusting. It's just not good, and it is not a good, clean source of water because there is no fresh water coming in. And that's what campaigns help us do. It helps bring in fresh water. It helps bring in fresh life, new visitors, people coming in. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that you could never have visitors in a time other than a campaign or a time other than an event, but it helps us, and it gets us to different promotions, and it gets us some new ideas and some new things going on where it brings in visitors. So when you have a campaign or when you have a conference or when you have an event, focus on those new people. And I guarantee it is, because it is exciting and because it does bring life, then those people decide to come, and the people actually come in, and it brings you those new visitors. And what happens is they like what they see. They like what goes on here. They like the choir, and they like the church, and they like what you're doing, and they like the message, they like the preaching. And then they decide to stay. And they stay because they love God, because they love the church, not for the promotions anymore. But I can tell you this, that the promotions, the campaigns, the events, they help bring in new visitors. So when you're focusing in on people, go ahead and focus on the new visitors. There's nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with bringing new people into the church, because eventually they'll grow closer to God.